All right, all right, all right. Listen up, dreamers, hustlers, and everyone in between. You want to escape to the Sunshine State without emptying your wallet? You've come to the right place. We're diving headfirst into 25 killer tips to conquer Florida on a budget. We're talking pristine beaches, epic theme parks, all without the financial hangover. This isn't about just surviving, it's about thriving. Think hidden gems, insider hacks, and yeah, maybe a few questionable decisions along the way. So buckle up, smash that like button, and let's unlock the ultimate Florida experience without breaking the bank. Let's go. First things first, got to get you to the land of sunshine. We're talking flights, people, and not the private jet kind. We're on a mission to find those hidden deals, the red-eye specials, the kind of fares that make you do a double take. Think budget airlines, off-season travel, and yeah, maybe packing light enough to make a minimalist proud.
Remember, flexibility is key. Don't be afraid to mix and match airports, dates, even destinations. A little spontaneity goes a long way when you're chasing those budget-friendly flights. So fire up those incognito tabs, set those price alerts, and let's get you soaring to Florida without decimating your bank account.
All right, you're ready to book those flights, but hold your horses. Timing, my friends, is everything. Want the inside scoop on snagging those rock-bottom prices? Think like a contrarian. Avoid the peak seasons, the holidays, the spring break frenzy. That's when airlines jack up those prices. Instead, aim for the shoulder seasons, spring and fall. The weather's still glorious, the crowds are thinner, and those flight prices? Sweet, sweet music to your ears. Another pro tip, book in advance, but not too far in advance. Airlines tend to release their cheapest seats around 6 to 8 weeks before departure. Keep your eyes peeled and your trigger finger ready. All right, so you're ready for some Florida sunshine, but your bank account's looking a little pale? Don't sweat it, man. You know me, I'm all about that hustle, and that includes finding the cheapest flights. Forget the fancy airlines with their overpriced peanuts and tiny seats. We're going budget. Think Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant. These guys are the kings of low fares. Yeah, they might nickel and dime you for a bag of chips and a blanket. But hey, that's just part of the adventure, right? Pack light, stuff your pockets with snacks, and you'll be golden. Now, I know what you're thinking. Budget airlines, delayed flights, nightmare scenarios. Look, it happens, but honestly, most of the time it's smooth sailing. And when you're saving hundreds of dollars, a little turbulence is a small price to pay. Plus, think of it this way. The less you spend on flights, the more you have for epic adventures once you land in Florida. We're talking theme parks, beaches, maybe even a swamp tour or two. So ditch the fancy airlines, embrace the budget life, and let's get this Florida trip started. Listen, finding cheap flights can feel like finding a needle in a haystack. It's overwhelming and time-consuming. But before you throw your laptop out the window, let me introduce you to flight comparison tools. Skyscanner, Google Flights, Kayak. They're here to help you win the cheap flight game. Just plug in your dates and destination, and these sites will find you the best deals. Less money on flights means more money for key lime pie and Mickey Mouse ears. Priorities, people. All right, we've conquered the flight game. Now, let's talk about where you're crashing. Because let's be real, you're not flying all the way to Florida to stare at a hotel room ceiling, right? You're here for adventure. So, ditch the fancy resorts and their eye-watering prices. We're going budget, remember? Budget.
Now don't worry, budget doesn't have to mean sacrificing comfort or cleanliness. We're talking hostels, budget-friendly hotels, maybe even a charming little motel off the beaten path. These places might not have infinity pools or room service, but they've got character, they're easy on the wallet, and they put you right in the heart of the action.
Think about it. Staying in a hostel is like making instant travel buddies. You can swap stories, share tips, maybe even find someone crazy enough to try that weird-looking seafood dish with you. And those mum-and-pop motels, they're bursting with retro charm and local vibes you won't find at any chain hotel. Remember, the goal is to spend less on sleep and more on experiences. So ditch the five-star expectations, embrace the budget adventure, and get ready to experience Florida like a local, not a tourist. All right, so you're looking for a place to crash in Florida that doesn't feel like a sterile, overpriced hotel room? Dude, I feel you. That's where vacation rentals come in. Airbnb, VRBO, you know the drill. Think about it. A whole apartment or even a house to yourself, often for less than the price of a cramped hotel room. Plus, you usually get a kitchen. That means you can skip the overpriced tourist traps and cook some meals. Saves you cash, and who doesn't love a late-night pancake breakfast? And hey, maybe you're traveling with family or friends. Splitting the cost of a vacation rental can make your trip insanely cheap. Plus, you get that shared living space, so you can actually hang out and tell those embarrassing travel stories. You know, the kind you wouldn't share with strangers. Just do your research, read the reviews, and make sure the location is on point. You don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, miles from the beach or anything remotely interesting. Trust me on that one. Okay, so maybe the whole vacation rental thing isn't your jam. I get it, sometimes you just want the simplicity of a hotel, but that doesn't mean you have to drain your bank account. There are still ways to find budget-friendly hotels in Florida, even in the thick of tourist season. First off, location, location, location. Think about it. Do you really need to be right on the beach? Maybe a place a few blocks back from the action will save you a bunch of cash. Plus, you'll be away from the noise and crowds, which is a win in my book. Next up, ditch the fancy resorts and look for smaller hotels or motels. They might not have all the bells and whistles, but who needs a swim-up bar when you're in Florida, right? You're here for the beaches, the sunshine, the adventures. Focus on that. And here's a pro tip: travel during the off-season. Florida is amazing year-round, and you'll find some killer deals on hotels when the crowds die down a bit. Less people, lower prices, more room for you to explore. Sounds like a win-win to me. All right, let's talk free stuff. You don't need to spend a ton of money to have an epic time in Florida. Some of the best things in life and in Florida are free.
First up, the beaches. They're everywhere and they're free. Just pack a towel, some sunscreen, and your sense of adventure.
Next, check out the state parks. Many are free to enter. Hiking trails, waterfalls, natural springs, you name it.
And hey, don't underestimate the power of a good walk. Many cities have awesome free walking tours.
Check out local websites and blogs for more free stuff to do in Florida. All right, so you're in Florida, the land of theme parks, right? You've got Disney World, Universal, Busch Gardens, the list goes on. And they all have one thing in common: they ain't cheap. But hold up, before you drop serious cash on individual park tickets, let's talk about attraction passes. These babies can be your secret weapon to saving some serious dough, especially if you're planning on hitting up multiple parks. Look, I get it. Sometimes it feels good to just wing it, go with the flow. But trust me, with these parks, a little planning goes a long way. Do your research, compare the different passes available, because some offer more bang for your buck, depending on what you want to see. You've got to factor in what parks you're hitting, how many days you're going for, and what kind of discounts or perks are included. Some even give you fast-track access to rides. And that, my friends, is a game changer, especially during peak season. No one wants to spend their vacation standing in lines, am I right? Okay, I'm all about that fast-paced, drone-flying energy, but sometimes you got to slow things down and soak up the vibes on foot. And what better way to do that than with a free walking tour? Yeah, you heard me right, free. Most major cities in Florida, from Miami to Orlando to Key West, have these awesome walking tours run by locals who know the ins and outs like the back of their hand. They'll take you through the coolest neighborhoods, spill the tea on hidden gems, and give you that authentic local experience you just can't get from a guidebook. Plus, it's a great way to get your bearings in a new city and discover spots you might have missed otherwise. And trust me, I've been on some epic walking tours in my day, and they're a fantastic way to experience a city without breaking the bank. So ditch the Uber, put on your most comfortable shoes, and get ready to explore Florida on foot. All right, let's talk food, people. Florida is a melting pot of cultures, and that means one thing: amazing food. But let's be real, eating out for every meal can put a serious dent in your budget. Here's the thing: you don't need to drop a fortune to eat well in Florida. Ditch the tourist traps with their overpriced menus and generic dishes. Instead, get out there and discover the local gems.
Think food trucks slinging authentic Cuban sandwiches, family-run seafood shacks on the coast, and hidden gem cafes with killer brunch deals. Local markets are your best friend. Grab some fresh fruit, local cheeses, and crusty bread for a delicious and affordable picnic lunch. Remember, the best way to experience a place is through its food. So, skip the fancy restaurants, embrace the local flavors, and your taste buds and your wallet will thank you.
Rolling into town, stomachs rumbling louder than a Florida thunderstorm, right? Florida's got your back with some killer budget eats.
Hole-in-the-wall joints, food trucks with lines around the block, places where the locals eat, Cuban sandwiches for $5, fresh seafood, and huge portions.
Hidden gems, mom-and-pop places with character. It's about the vibe, the people, the stories. Experiencing the real Florida, not just the tourist traps.
Ditch those overpriced chain restaurants and eat like a local.
Okay, so you've scored that sweet vacation rental, right? Full kitchen, maybe even a grill out back. That's prime real estate for whipping up some delicious meals and saving some serious cash in the process.
Look, I know what you're thinking. Casey, I'm on vacation. I don't want to be chained to a stove. And you're right, you don't have to go full gourmet. Keep it simple, keep it fun. Hit up a local farmer's market, grab some fresh seafood, maybe some of those famous Florida oranges, and boom.
Plus, think about it. Cooking together can be a whole vibe. Get the family involved, crank up some tunes, maybe even mix up a few mojitos while you're at it. It's all about creating those memories, those moments that make a trip unforgettable.
And hey, if you burn the fish, there's always pizza delivery, right?
All right, so we're on a mission to conquer those Florida vacation dreams without emptying our wallets. And that means getting smart about grocery shopping. Trust me, finding those deals can be a thrill in itself.
We're talking about hidden gems with the freshest produce and friendliest staff. Load up on snacks, drinks, breakfast essentials, all without breaking the bank.
Grabbing a few things for breakfast and lunch means you can splurge on epic dinners out. Plus, having snacks on hand means you won't be tempted by overpriced tourist traps. All right, so you've landed in Florida, you've got your bags, you're ready to explore. But hold up, how are you actually going to get around this place? Florida's pretty spread out, and taxes can add up real quick. Public transport isn't glamorous, but it's cheap. Or rent a bike, enjoy the weather, and see the sights. You've got options, people. Okay, so let's talk public transportation, the unsung hero of budget travel. I know, it doesn't sound as glamorous as cruising down Ocean Drive in a convertible, but trust me on this one. Florida's public transport system is actually pretty solid, especially if you're planning on sticking to the major cities. Think about it, no parking nightmares, no getting stuck in traffic, and best of all, you're saving a ton of cash. That's more money for key lime pie and souvenirs, am I right? Most cities have got buses, trolleys, maybe even a monorail if you're lucky. And the best part is, it's not just for getting from point A to point B. Hop on a bus, and you've got yourself a front row seat to the real Florida. You'll see the neighborhoods, the locals going about their day, all the stuff you'd miss if you were stuck in a car. Plus, a lot of cities have these all-day passes you can buy, which is a total steal if you're planning on doing a lot of exploring. Do your research, download a transit app, and you'll be navigating those Florida streets like a pro in no time. Okay, I get it. Sometimes public transport just doesn't cut it. You want the freedom to explore at your own pace, blast the radio, maybe even take a spontaneous road trip down the coast. I feel you, there's nothing quite like the open road. But that doesn't mean you have to break the bank on a rental car. First things first, forget about showing up at the airport empty-handed and expecting a good deal. Those rental counters will eat you alive. You got to do your research, people. Compare prices online, use aggregator sites, and don't be afraid to call the rental companies directly and haggle a bit. And here's a pro tip: timing is everything. If you're flexible with your dates, try booking your rental for midweek or during the off-season. Those prices can drop dramatically when tourism is a little slower. Oh, and don't forget to factor in things like insurance and gas prices. Those can sneak up on you if you're not careful. But hey, if you play your cards right, you can score yourself a sweet ride without emptying your wallet. And that, my friends, is what we call a win-win. All right, so you're in the Sunshine State, budget's tight, you've done the theme parks, but you still want to feel the pulse of this place, right? Don't sweat it. Florida's bursting with free events year-round. Think local festivals, outdoor concerts, art walks, the works. This ain't some second-rate entertainment either. We're talking real-deal, authentic Florida vibes. Now, I know what you're thinking, Casey. How do I find these hidden gems? Easy. Check out local tourism websites. Hit up those free city magazines at your hotel. Ask around. Seriously, locals always know the best spots. Trust me, stumbling upon a free salsa night on the beach or a killer local band playing in the park, that's the kind of stuff memories are made of, and it won't cost you a dime. Look, I love a good theme park as much as the next guy, but Florida's natural beauty, that's the real showstopper. And the best part, experiencing it doesn't have to break the bank. We're talking about Florida's incredible state parks, people. Beaches that'll make your jaw drop, lush trails that wind through ancient forests, hidden springs that are straight out of a postcard.
For a fraction of the price of those mega attractions, you can spend a day kayaking with dolphins, hiking through mangrove tunnels, or just chilling on a secluded beach. Seriously, a picnic basket, a couple of cold drinks, and you're set for an epic Instagram-worthy day. Plus, you're supporting conservation efforts. It's a win-win, my friends.
Let's be real. You can't come to Florida and not get your feet wet, right? But hold on before you book that pricey snorkeling tour. This is the Sunshine State, my friends. The water's practically calling your name, and you don't need a boatload of cash to answer.
First up, the beaches. They're free, they're everywhere, and they're begging for you to soak up the sun, build an epic sandcastle, maybe even catch some waves. Rent a paddleboard for a few hours, grab a snorkel and mask from a local shop, or simply grab your sunscreen and float the day away. You'd be surprised how much fun you can have with a little creativity and a whole lot of ocean.
Yo, so you're in Florida, having the time of your life, but your wallet's feeling lighter? Don't sweat it, man, I got you. We're talking outlet malls, baby. Treasure troves of discounted goodies. Name brands at a fraction of the cost. And hey, don't sleep on discount stores. They're a gold mine for bargain hunters. Walk out feeling like a champion of frugality. All right, listen up, deal seekers, because this tip is clutch. We're talking about the power of discount cards, coupons, and loyalty programs. They can save you serious cash, especially in a tourist hotspot like Florida. Before you set foot in the Sunshine State, do some digging online. Look for coupons and promo codes for attractions, restaurants, and outlet malls. You'd be surprised how many places offer online discounts. And once you're in Florida, keep an eye out for brochures and flyers. They're often packed with coupons and discounts for local businesses. Don't be afraid to ask about discount programs too. Many places offer special rates for students, seniors, or A-Day members. Every little bit counts, right? Those few bucks saved add up, meaning more money for epic experiences. Embrace the coupon life and watch your budget thank you for it. All right, so you've conquered the theme parks, basked on the beaches, and snagged deals at the outlet malls. Now it's time for souvenirs. We all want a memento, but not cheesy keychains or overpriced t-shirts. Ditch the tourist traps. Explore side streets, local markets and craft fairs. Find unique handcrafted gems. Support local businesses and artists. Hit up local grocery stores. Cool, affordable stuff like hot sauces and spices. A bag of Florida oranges makes a great souvenir. Discover unique, budget-friendly souvenirs and remember your Florida adventure. All right, budget travelers, this tip is a game changer. Your smartphone can save you big bucks. Money-saving apps are like personal finance gurus. Flight and hotel booking apps scan for the cheapest deals. Think Hopper, Skyscanner, Kayak. Budgeting apps track your spending. Mint, YNAB, EveryDollar, all solid choices. Deal-finding apps like Groupon and Living Social offer discounts. Check these apps first for surprising savings. We've covered a ton of ground, people, from snagging those cheap flights to finding free activities that won't break the bank. Remember, experiencing the magic of Florida doesn't have to mean emptying your wallet. We talked about being flexible with your travel dates, hunting for those sweet hotel deals, and taking advantage of public transportation. Don't forget about exploring those amazing state parks, cooking your own meals, and becoming a coupon clipping ninja. And of course, we can't forget about the power of technology. Those money-saving apps are like having a secret weapon in your pocket, helping you find the best deals on everything from flights to food. So there you have it, 25 budget tips to help you plan an epic Florida vacation without breaking the bank. Now get out there, explore the Sunshine State, and make some unforgettable memories. That's a wrap, folks. I hope these tips inspire you to pack your bags and head to Florida without stressing about your bank account. Remember, adventure awaits, and it doesn't have to cost a fortune. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more travel tips and inspiration. And don't be shy. Share your own budget-friendly Florida tips in the comments below. Until next time, peace out.